Hey guys, it's Johnny FD, and I am on the Canary Islands, and I just got done with another month in Ukraine as a digital nomad, as someone who travels while working online, and it's been pretty cool. So I want to show you my income report for this month, but a lot of it has to do more with just travel and the lifestyle of someone who works online from the laptop while traveling. So I started this month in Odessa. So if you guys have been following my blog for a while, I've been in Ukraine for almost 3 months, and it was pretty fun, right? I wrote a big post on my thoughts on Ukraine in general, and these are kind of things that I really want to start writing more about, because I'm really interested in not only life for ourselves and enjoying a good life, making money online while traveling, but also how we affect the places we go and the people we meet. So that was in this post here, if you want to read that. And then aside from that, I was in Dusseldorf, Germany just for 24 hours. It almost kind of felt like that Anthony Bourdain show where he has like a layover and he just tries to eat as much good food. He has all the good beer. He sees all the cool sights of wherever he is. So we had 24 hours in Dusseldorf on our way to Gran Canaria, which is the Canary Islands. And I'm going to write a full post about Gran Canaria and what it's like. But as you can see here, it's a nice beach, and we're in the middle of winter right now, and the temperature is like this all year round. So I highly recommend it so far, and more about that later. So this is what you guys are pretty much interested in, is the cost of living here is actually not bad. It's actually much better than most of Europe. It's not as cheap as Eastern Europe, like Ukraine, but it's way cheaper than like Germany or Berlin, or like England, or like really anywhere else in Western Europe. I would say it's a little bit more than places like Poland, and it's going to be more than places like Chiang Mai, but it's definitely cheaper than the US or a lot of the European countries that you guys might live in, and definitely cheaper than like Australia as well. So just kind of give you an idea, my apartment's about $800 a month. You can definitely get that for cheaper if you sign a 1-year lease, but it's very hard to get for cheaper if you're only here for 1 or 2 months. The flights here are actually very cheap from all around Europe, and actually from the US as well, if you don't mind being an economy. Their business class flights are really expensive and actually pretty bad, and there's no real premium economy either, so that's a downside. But if you don't mind sitting in economy, it's actually very cheap to get around. Taxis here are cheap as well. Food here is actually not that cheap. I would say on average you're going to spend 10 euros for lunch, 15 euros for dinner, but that might include wine. It's good food, so it's a little bit cheaper than the US or big cities in other places, but it's still European prices, so it's not like $2 meals in Chiang Mai. And then I have all my business expenses. It's hard because I actually really want to just retire completely, as I talked about in the past, but I'm still supporting my parents for their retirement, so it's hard for me also to retire. And I've been donating money to things like the hurricane relief in like literally, so AmeriCares, if you guys haven't heard of them, you can check them out. They are doing reliefs for Texas, Florida, and Puerto Rico. So hopefully that money goes to some good places. I've checked them out to make sure that money's actually being well spent and not just going to like admin. But you can do your own research as well, and I recommend them. And in total, I've spent quite a bit of money. I spent $3,500, but my actual base expenses, so if you don't talk about the business expense or giving your parents money or donations, I'm spending $1,900 to live here in Gran Canaria, and I can actually probably get that down a little bit. I'll talk about that more in the actual blog post when it comes out. But what's nice is I'm still making online income even while traveling and living in places like this. And this month I made $12,500. Whew! So it was pretty good, pretty happy with that. And most of it is actually coming from my blog, but also from my other affiliate sources that I've built up over the last couple of years. So if you don't know too much about it, I have a course called Income Boss where I actually show you exactly how I did it and also how you can do it. But what's really cool and kind of a big secret is most of the work is not done now. It's things I wrote about or talked about years ago, and that's still making me money. And here's actually one of my dashboards for some of the income I get from affiliate offers. And it's been pretty consistent, kind of the last couple of years. So you can see the whole case study if you join the course. So in total, $12,000. And yesterday I sat at this beautiful point here on the highest point in the Gran Canaria Islands. And it's beautiful. So I highly recommend you guys come out. and keep in touch because I'm going to be writing about a lot more. Feel free to ask any questions in the comments below, and I'll see you next month. Bye-bye.